Hey everyone, Val here.
And I'm Steve.
And we're going to do a Tagless Tuesday. And it's Monday night. We usually have these done by the weekend. But I, for some reason, didn't find the tag questions in my email. So thank y'all for sending them to me a second time. Everybody who participates in these tags is in the description box below. So go by and check out their channels. And if you're not subbed to them, why not? Go ahead and sub. And see how they answered these questions, because they're fun questions. And if you want to do the tag, please feel free to do the tag. Let me know you did it. I'll go to your channel and see how you answered the questions. These questions come from Sandy and Jimmy over at Life with Sandy. So, are you ready?
Sure.
Alright, we just finished work, so we may be a little tired here. Alright, number 1. What is something you hate about going to the movies?
Standing in line.
Yeah. I hate when people put their feet up on the back of your chair. It's very annoying. I hate any time that I'm sitting in a seat like that and people put their feet up against the back of your chair or push on the back of your chair. Very annoying. Question number 2. Name something you have best of.
Wife. Best of wife.
Best of wife. See, I had asked him these questions as he was driving home to give answers, and I was thinking of putting like best of husband. But since he said wife, I'm not going to say it, but you know. I just said like everything in our life is best of, even though it may not be top of the line and whatever, but I mean we have kind of the best of life right now. We have the house we want in the location we want, and we have our health, and we have each other, and we have a phone ringing in the other room, but we're going to ignore it. And I just think our whole life right now is kind of best of. Alright, so question number 3. What is something you love to do in the summer?
Outside projects.
And what are some of your outside projects?
Moving dirt. Making more dirt piles.
It sounds like fun.
Trimming tree branches. We gotta do that yet. Keeping the grass mowed.
That's not fun. I like doing the cookouts because you want to cook out in the summer to keep the heat out of the house. So we have discovered fire pit cooking, and we're having fun with that. Yeah. So I really have enjoyed doing that this summer. And
it keeps the heat out of the house. It
does. And then grilling out too. And it's been a lot of fun. But I think we're going to continue to do it through the fall until it gets too cold to do it. But because I enjoy doing it. So question number 4. What is something you have had a long time that is more comfortable the longer you own it?
I said there's a white pair of Puma sneakers that I've had a long time, and the longer I've had them, the more I wear them, the more comfortable they have become.
And I kind of wanted to think outside the box, and I was thinking our relationship maybe as one thing. You know, the longer you're with somebody, the more comfortable you get with them. And also like my car. I've had my car a long time, and I'm comfortable with it. Even when I got a new work car, I don't like trying to get used to something new. It's still not real comfortable to me, but I like my old car that I've had. I have a 2014 Hyundai Sonata, and I love it, and it hardly has any miles on it because I don't drive it much, but I like it for traveling and everything like that. It's comfortable, and
it gets really good gas mileage.
It does get really good gas mileage, but on the most part, I think we have a comfortable relationship too.
Yeah.
Because we really kind of know each other's likes and dislikes and, what buttons to push.
Yeah. Me.
He pushes my buttons.
No, yeah, that's not hard to do.
Yeah, it's not. Question number 5. Name something your mother told you never to do.
Never stop serving the Lord.
My mother taught us not to lie. My mother was really strict. So, if you were caught lying, you got your mouth washed out with soap. I don't know if other people did that, but my mother was really, really a stickler about telling the truth.
We got pepper on the tongue.
Yeah, that was one thing I always remember with her is.
That's something that I never did to my kids.
Yeah, I didn't either. So, yeah, we were taught not to lie. And there was always consequences if you did something you were told not to do. And you said never stop serving the Lord. My mom, we did go to church. We went to church every Sunday. We went to Bible study classes as children, to youth study and stuff like that. So serving the Lord was very important in our house too. Number 6, name an old movie that just about everyone has seen, but you think is the best movie ever.
I don't have an answer for that.
And everybody knows my answer because when they ask favorite movie, I always say Dirty Dancing, my all-time favorite movie.
I just don't.
That's mine, my go-to movie.
I just don't have an answer for that one. So.
Yeah, he likes different kinds of movies, but he watches them all.
But I don't.
Over and over.
I can't. I don't think about them that in depth. So.
As like favorites or anything. All right, number 7. Name an activity that you failed at the first time you tried it, but seemed to come easy to other people.
Read and understand the schematic.
For
hydraulics.
Mine was baking, and I remember as a child, my mom baked all the time. My mom was really good at baking, and my mom was good about letting all of us in the kitchen to help with, decorating cookies and baking and everything. And she tried to teach us from an early age how to bake and how to cook and all those things. And I remember because it's a story my mom tells over and over and over to try to embarrass me. But my first time I ever tried to bake cookies by myself and read a recipe by myself, I might have been 7 years old or something like that, but I did a terrible job at it. The cookies turned out awful, and we were raised on a farm, so we ended up taking the cookies. Some kids came over, and Mom gave cookies to everybody, and they walked out the door, and nobody liked them, and they all flung them over the fence to the cows. So that was my first baking experience that I failed at, but I have become better at it. I don't bake a lot because we don't eat a lot of baked goods now, but I do think I'm a little better at baking now. Question number 8. What do you consider the most boring sport to watch on TV?
Basketball and tennis.
I say every sport. Pretty much every, national, whatever, major league sport. Baseball, football, tennis. They're all boring. I don't like any of them. The only sports I enjoy watching are like rodeo or bull riding or fishing or like gymnastics, if that's a sport. I don't mind watching that in the Olympics or something. But most of the other sports, I have no interest at all in watching. Number 9. What kind of business? Name a kind of business that used to give better service. And I think right now is a challenge, probably all over the place, getting service anywhere because of whatever the economy's doing. I have no idea why there's so many jobs out there, why people aren't working. But my answer was retail, because living up here, there's something about going to the grocery stores and getting attitude from the workers in there. Even this past weekend, and I asked one of the workers if he knew what aisle something was in, and he kind of looked up and looked around and said no, and went back to what he was doing. He said, no, ask somebody else. So, you know, you're an employee there, you should want to help somebody find something if, you know, they've changed the store around. But even, you know, any kind of retail, it's hard getting help if you need something, because they just don't have enough help. And your answer?
I said auto parts stores.
Is it different from before? From lack of help?
I don't like it. I don't know if it's lack of help or just...
Lack of training? Alrighty. And question number 10. Where and what was the most uncomfortable place you've ever slept?
Airport.
When did you sleep in an airport?
When I was in the service. I had to spend the night in an airport.
And mine was Caritas. We used to do Caritas at our church, where we would take homeless families in. They would stay in the social hall on cots. And the people that stayed overnight, the caregivers, they would take turns staying overnight. And we had a room, one of the nursery rooms that we would put a cot up in. And I remember one time where we had the cots and we also had blow-up mattresses. And I started to sleep on the blow-up mattress, and then it lost air, and the air was coming out of it. So I tried to sleep on a cot, and the cot was broke. And it was just the worst night of sleeping ever, because the beds weren't very good. The cot wasn't good. The mattress wasn't good. So, and we were the first night in there, and it was freezing. They forgot to turn the heat on. Remember that time when they forgot to turn the heat on? We were freezing, absolutely freezing. So that was the most uncomfortable place I slept. We were the first night there, so after the second night, after they figured out they forgot to turn the heat on in the back rooms, and the cots and stuff weren't in good shape, they fixed it up so the next night the people were in there. It was more comfortable. It was warm where the people we were sheltering. It was warm in the area they were in. They just forgot to turn the heat on in the section of the building that we were in. All right, and so the last question is a bonus question. And this question was kind of geared towards Roy over at Recipes with Roy, because he was hiding out in Jimmy's basement on a couple of videos. So the bonus question is, if you were trapped in Jimmy's basement for a year, what would you do?
Well, without a doubt, I would be going to the bathroom in your basement.
See, Jimmy, don't trap us in that basement, because I'm going to start banging on the ceiling and annoy you. And I'm just going to bang and bang and bang. And if you don't get annoyed and let me out, then we're going to, because we're, you know, former Marines, we're going to plan an escape route. And you're probably going to have holes in your basement wall or something, because we will get out. Recon. All right, Jimmy, don't trap us in your basement. You're not going to have a good basement when we're done with it.
It's going to stink a little bit.
Yeah, it'll smell. It'll definitely smell. All right, fun questions. Thank you, Jimmy and Sandy, for the questions. Y'all go check out her channel and check out all the other channels participating. And what else?
Oh, subscribe.
Subscribe, yeah, if you're not subscribed.
Leave us a comment.
Leave a comment below so we remember to go check out your channel.
Have a great week.
And yeah, have an awesome week. Thanks for the fun questions. I'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.